When people talk about box office success, they usually talk about stars, trailers, or hype. But the real money is decided somewhere else. On the calendar, the release of Border 2 around the Republic Day weekend isn't just a patriotic coincidence. It's a case study in how Bollywood engineers event cinema long before the first ticket is sold. Because in modern Bollywood, timing isn't marketing, timing is the product. Republic Day weekends occupy a special place in the Hindi film business. They sit at the intersection of three powerful forces: national mood, audience availability, and exhibitor leverage. First, the mood. Patriotism is not just an emotion, it's a multiplier. Films that tap into national identity don't need to explain themselves. The audience already arrives primed. The emotional buy-in happens before the opening scene. That means lower resistance, higher tolerance, and stronger word of mouth. Second, availability. Republic Day creates a rare alignment. Urban multiplex audiences, mass single-screen viewers, families, and diaspora crowds all have time at once. That overlap is incredibly hard to manufacture. Most weekends fragment audiences. This one concentrates them. And third, the most important part, exhibitors. Theater owners love predictable spikes. A Republic Day release allows them to expand show counts aggressively, push premium pricing, and lock in screens before competitors can react. This is how films dominate real estate. Not by being better, but by arriving when space is cheapest to control. What Border 2 benefits from isn't just goodwill from the original film. It benefits from institutional memory. The industry already knows how this kind of film performs on this kind of weekend. That certainty reduces risk across the chain distributors, exhibitors, advertisers, even brands tied to promotions. When risk goes down, cooperation goes up. That's the invisible advantage. Now, compare this to a normal release. A non-holiday weekend requires persuasion. Reviews matter more. Negative chatter spreads faster. Shows are cut quickly. But an event weekend buys a film time, and time is everything. A film doesn't need to be perfect on day one. It just needs to hold together long enough for momentum to take over. That's what Republic Day releases are designed to do. They convert anticipation into inevitability. There's another layer here that's easy to miss. Event timing doesn't just affect audiences, it affects critics, commentators, and even social media behavior. When a film is framed as a national moment, criticism becomes complicated. Dissent feels louder, praise feels safer, neutral takes disappear. The conversation polarizes, and polarization drives attention, which feeds back into visibility. This is not accidental. Studios understand that event cinema is not just about scale, it's about framing. You're not asking the audience, do you want to watch this? You're asking, are you part of this moment? That's a much harder question to say no to. This strategy has become more important because Bollywood is no longer chasing volume, it's chasing concentration. Fewer films, bigger weekends, higher stakes. Mid-budget movies are being squeezed out of prime dates. They're pushed to off weeks, streaming, or silent releases. Big films, meanwhile, are given ceremonial slots. Republic Day, Independence Day, Diwali. These aren't dates anymore, they're platforms. And once a film secures that platform, half the battle is already won. This is why debates about content versus timing miss the point. Content matters, but timing decides who gets the benefit of doubt. A mediocre film on a big weekend can survive. A strong film on the wrong weekend can vanish. That's the brutal math. And it explains why Bollywood keeps returning to patriotic themes for these slots. Not because the industry lacks imagination, but because the economics are reliable. Predictability is the real star. In an era where audience behavior is volatile, streaming has shortened attention spans, and social media can kill a film in hours, certainty is priceless. Republic Day releases offer that certainty. They don't guarantee success, but they dramatically reduce downside, and that's why studios keep betting on them. So, when Border 2 arrives as a Republic Day film, it's not just selling nostalgia or nationalism. It's activating a well-tested financial machine, a machine that aligns mood, money, and momentum. This is how Bollywood prints money without taking creative risks. Not by guessing what audiences want, but By choosing when audiences are most likely to say yes, that's not magic, that's the business.